Hello everyone, today me and my colleague Kimberly, we will present our project, which is creation of the Sustainable Mobility Index, and the project was implemented in the Ministry of Transport and Communication. A brief introduction about the project. Since 2015, Lithuania has provided national recommendations for municipalities to implement sustainable urban mobility plans to help Lithuania achieve sustainability goals as outlined in the European Green Deal and Sustainable Development Goals. For the current situation, Lithuania has adapted 24 sums out of 60. Additionally, Ministry of Transport and Communication with the State Data Agency is currently implementing the Sustainable Mobility Data Platform project to collect all the data from municipalities on sustainable mobility metrics. Despite these advantages, there are no tools that currently exist to analyze the progress Lithuanian municipalities are making in achieving sustainable mobility goals. So, the aim of our project was to create methodology which will assess Lithuania's municipalities for sustainable mobility progress and allow comparison with other EU countries and within Lithuania. During our project, we created index methodology. Our index central aim is to reduce reliance on high-emission private vehicles by promoting sustainable alternatives such as walking, cycling, and public transport. The index was created based on the best Lithuanian practices and international practices. Also, we looked into the private companies' examples. All values in the index from the calculation side are standardized using the min-max standardization method, average within each pillar, and multiply by the pillar's weight. In order to visualize things more clearly, here you can see the Sustainable Mobility Index. The index itself is separated into 7 different key pillars. Additionally, you can see the weights near them. Here you can see how the Sustainable Mobility Index look like with the synthetic data.
Great, thank you. So now I'll turn to talking about the Sustainable Mobility Survey, which we conducted for getting additional data on perceptions and barriers to sustainable mobility for our index. So our survey was advertised through digital platforms from our partners, including municipalities, as well as other public and private sector partnerships. And our goal was to have a national reach with our survey. So our survey structure is as follows. We had 2 sections, one with multiple choice questions of 8 questions in total and 1 open-ended response. Overall, we received just under 2,300 responses. So the structure of our survey included information about respondent demographics, as well as questions about transport frequency and usage, perceptions and barriers, and top 3 improvements that would encourage more sustainable transport usage. I'll just share now some key findings from our survey before going into some additional visuals and charts to show some more specific examples. So the main mode of transport among respondents is private gas or diesel vehicle in Lithuania overwhelmingly. And this is higher for those who live outside Vilnius or Kaunas. Lower income households are less likely to use private vehicle, more likely to use bus or trolley bus. EV usage overall remains quite low. And 1 in 4 report that their main mode of transport is private vehicle, but at the same time report that their commute distance is short at just under 5 kilometers. This could be a potential population that's quite responsive to policy changes. The vast majority of households report at least 1 usable bike, yet only 12% say that private bicycle is their main mode of transport. There are some distinct gender differences, particularly around private bicycle usage as well as safety perceptions. And people are generally quite satisfied with air quality, real-time schedules, and public transport safety, but largely dissatisfied with cycling infrastructure safety and public transport trip time. So this slide here shows the main mode of transport, where you can see that 42% of people say private gas or diesel vehicle is their main mode of transport, followed by bus, walk, or private bicycle. One of the starkest gender differences that emerges has to do with safety. So this is one example where Women are substantially more likely to say they agree with the statement on the right, that they feel unsafe walking after dark due to poor street lighting. Differences by gender also emerge around other perceptions of safety, as well as private bicycle usage. We asked people what the top 3 improvements they would like to see that would encourage them to cycle or walk more. And overwhelmingly, people would like more cycling paths physically separated from traffic, and safer and better maintained cycling and walking paths. Additionally, people also ranked improved winter maintenance in their top 3. Similarly, we asked people to rank what would make them take public transport more. And again, overwhelmingly, people said more frequent services and faster and more direct routes, and to a lesser extent, lower fares or subsidized passes. Lastly, we conducted an open-ended question where we found that people mostly wrote in to express negative sentiment, while this still offered valuable insights into areas needing improvement beyond what we captured in multiple choice questions. And I'll wrap up here, and thank you for your attention. And if you'd like to read more about our outputs, our final report, you can find everything on the Create Lithuania site. And please feel free to contact us with any questions. Thank you.